Let's see how many people are on tonight. So who's with me out there tonight? Hey, there's Wild Horse 50. Of course, brother. What's going on, man? This is a little bit of a surprise live update. I'm here at the hotel. It's been a really long day. Pete Kepke, what's going on? Um, Here in Raleigh, North Carolina, for the Good Guys event. Jose Delgado, what's up, buddy? Started off really early. It's really cold here. Not super, super cold. I guess there's no wind. So 33 degrees. Felt cold, not cutting through you kind of cold. Like when it gets cold in West Palm, it's just humid and windy and stuff like that. What's up? 101 RTR. How we doing, brother? But we did well today. Did what we kind of hoped to do. I didn't know what kind of times to really target ahead of time on the autocross, but our Coyote Swap Coupe held its own. Got a lot of compliments on the car. It stands out here because it's a Ford. There aren't a whole lot of Fords here. And I got some pictures. I'm going to post them up in the coverage of the event, I guess, whatever video or post we do. But it's just an ocean of GM cars, GM powered cars. As far as Fords in the autocross, there was a beautiful F100 in the truck class. There was a nice Ranchero in the truck class, and then there was me, and that was about it. Everything else was a Buick, GM, Camaro, Corvette, you name it. Now, because I have a 315 front tire, I was automatically put in the pro class, which the is a little tough because that's the best of the best that come to this event. But that's who I'm going to be competing against when I go to King of the Mountain anyway. So I kind of welcome that challenge in a way to see where we're at, and we're off the pace without a doubt. The guys that I'm going to be competing against at King of the Mountain are we're in the 38s here, and my best time was a 40.030. I couldn't get into the 39s. Now, these Good Guys events, they do a great job putting them together, and the group's amazing. The guys who organize it are amazing, really friendly, really helpful. But they're not racing events. And the lot we were running in today, and you'll see in some of the videos we post later next week, it's just riddled with gravel. Like, some of those turns, it's straight up, there's just rocks in the road. And I don't know how you set up tire pressures for 50 rock, I guess, drainage rock in the middle of the road, but obviously it's not hurting the others. So either we have an issue with setup, tire pressure, or I'm trying to tug on Superman's cape here or something like that. All the cars that are out there today are all SLA front ends. They're all IRSs. They have amazing. Jose, thank you. Thank you very much, Jose. That's crazy, man. Thank you, Ed. Thank you very much. We're having some drinks right now, actually. A little Bailey's nightcap. So, these cars are just solid, and they're very well set up. What's going on, 2000 MCR? And I think we're at a disadvantage because I'm in a Fox body. Because it doesn't, the suspension we have on that car isn't as advanced maybe as some of the cars we're running against. And I want to see how far I can take it. I'm going to give it everything I can. That new rear end is probably going to help. But today, I threw everything I had at that car, and I couldn't even get in the 39s. And to be a player, you had to be bottom 38s. So I tried really low tire pressure because My instinct was, if there's no grip because it's cold, because the surface is, you know, unreliable, then I'm going to treat it like it's wet. And when it's wet, you lower your tire pressure, you disconnect sway bars and stuff like that. I wasn't about to start changing things on the car, hard parts and stuff like that, but I did lower tire pressure. And I got to the point when it was cold, we got some good grip. I started off running like a 47. I knocked it down to a 43. I got down to a 41, and then I found some 40 flats. Once there was a little bit of rubber and heat in the road, and we did okay. But once I got down to that point, every adjustment I made either didn't help me or I made a mistake and I just ran out of runs, even though we had a ton of runs out on the course. So either need to get quicker with the adjustments or have better knowledge of what the car is capable of doing in different settings before we even start, because we need to get closer to home on the first hit. When we go to Columbus, we're not going to get 18 runs. We're probably going to get 6 a day, maybe. And surface is better there. It's really tight. King of the Mountain's going to be a different animal. That's more of a longer course, similar to what we run at PBIR, where there's more room, more straightaway. Not as technical, I would say. So it's a little bit more conducive to what we have set up on the car. These events are tighter, and they set up a fast course today. When you guys see the videos, it's literally when we come out of the launch box, you can run all the way through first gear, and it's a right-hand turn. It's a nice long stretch. But if you try to go too quick in the corners and you get offline just a hair, it's like you're in sand. And it's hard because there's not much you can do there. And you see the other ones doing it, and given I got 315s all the way around, some of these guys have 315s in the front, 345s in the rear. So trying to get the car to turn is going to be the next challenge, especially on these tight corners. Because of the nature of the suspension on a Fox body, well, you got camber gain and all that stuff. So if it's tight, you got to really work the wheel. It doesn't really help you out. So it's a little disheartening, but but we did well. We did well. We got a lot of compliments today. I actually got to meet a few people that watch my videos, the PBH videos. They came by. They're not guys that are on a live stream. They're just guys that watch our tech videos and stuff that we've put out there, and they're appreciative of it. I didn't get a chance to even go look at the midway or any of the show car stuff. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. We're going to be running even earlier than today. So we start at 8 o'clock. That means we got to be there at like 6. Get things set up, get things organized, blah, 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 and see where we end up at. And if I qualify for the shootout, that'll be really cool. They might even bump me up in class to give me a shot, because I actually scaled my car here today. They asked me to scale the car, and my car, without me in it, with I'd say probably 5 gallons of fuel, weighed in at 2,911 pounds, which seemed really light to me. And later on I found out that those scales have not been calibrated, so they may not be accurate. And everyone's coming in underweight on those scales, so it may not be accurate. But if those are the weights they're going by, then literally I'm not even allowed to be in the Pro class. I have to be in the Pro X class, and there's no one else in the Pro X class. So if they bump me to the Pro X class, I might be able to walk away with a win, because my car is too damn light, which is it's terrible. I don't even want to do it. But if it gets me some more runs, I'll do it just to practice, and I'll just kind of decline accepting the trophy kind of thing, So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We're supposed to get some bad weather in the afternoon. They're hoping it kind of pushes away. I got to look at the weather report for tomorrow and see what we end up with. But at least in the morning, we should be able to pull it off. It's going to be cold, so that means I got to lower my tire pressures to like 25. Usually we run like 30, 32. And and if the car is that light, I'm going to have to add weight. because they're not counting my tub-a-lard ass in the car as part of the weight equation. And usually in American Iron, in the road racing that we did, your butt was part of the equation. They would scale the car with you in it, and that would get me. I was heavy enough where I guess I would pass, but I don't have that luxury here. They get you out of the car, so if that's how it's going to be, and I'm going to be a contender of any type, then I have to address it. If I'm not going to be a contender, then hell with it. I'll just run it light and go have a good time and try to, cheater my way up. But had a really nice dinner with a couple of guys from the Autocross. Hung out with a bunch of the guys from the Autocross. They all recognized me from the trip in Nashville, and I got a hell of a sunburn today. You can see my nose. I got those raccoon eyes going right now, and I forgot to bring a hat, so I'm a little red up top too. I got to lotion up a little bit before I go to bed. My dad's here with me. He had a great time today. He was rolling around in his scooter that he had to rent because he has bad knees, and we had a really good time. So depending on how things go tomorrow, hopefully we get to run in the morning. If it rains in the afternoon, I'm not going to be too heartbroken because that means then at least I can break away and go visit some of the vendors in the inside part of the car show. There's some guys in there that I made contact with, I want to meet with and talk to. And hopefully we'll find some cool Coyote Swap stuff. The Corvair was pretty cool. That thing was turbocharged. That Chevelle was unbelievable. I'll get some more pictures of the big badass cars tomorrow. There's a guy named Bill Graves Sr. here. He has an amazing Corvette. Great driver. Top of the class. There's another. The Corvettes rule the roost. That's for sure. So, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick because I'd been doing some updates on Instagram throughout the day. Hadn't done anything on YouTube, and I know we got a certain crew that sticks to our YouTube channel. Want to make sure you guys got some one-on-one time. But we will be doing a video and an update next week when I get back into town. I'll have some autocross video to dissect, and and we'll do some stuff. Wild Horse says, use your ass to turn the car more than the fronts, but as long as you're having fun, buddy. I'm trying to throttle steer the car, and the rear tires just spun. So I don't know if my Torsen T2R is taking a shit. But there was a couple turns today where literally the inside tire, you knew that nothing was happening, and I was just using one wheel peel, and that shouldn't be happening. And it could have been the fact that I was in, a sandbox, but literally the asphalt, it's kind of like in Florida we have shell rock. They take the shells that they dredge, they mix it in with asphalt, and you have this like rock heavy asphalt. This stuff's the same stuff, but it just has pebbles in it. And this course that we're on it's run traditionally as an autocross. So the parking lot's the same stuff, and it's a lot of rock. But the areas where we autocross on, all the loose rocks have been plucked out of the asphalt. So you're just kind of running on like these little tips of rock, I guess is the best way to describe it. And I can't think that that's really good for grip, but every time I complain about the stuff, I realize that there's guys that are faster than me, so there's got to be a way to do it, and it's either driving, parts, or setup. We might be hitting what would be considered could be considered a wall with the setup on the coupe, and we'll have to kind of address that as we go. So did my wife say something about not answering her text messages? What's going on here? Because answer my wife's text. Where did she post that? Wild Horse. Interesting. I just tried calling her, and she was out with some friends having wings. So, but I'm going to get back to finishing my nightcap here. Thank you guys, as usual, for all the support. Jose, that was amazing. Thank you. Treadwear tires, I'm running on 200. Chase, my Australian supercar V8 friend. We're on 200 treadwear tires, a Falcon RT660s. That's a great tire. The only thing that possibly better out there would be the Be It Goodrich rival or Yokohama Advan A052s, but the Falcons, there's a lot of guys running hard with Falcons, so just need to figure out how to do it. Do I have too much camber? Do I not have enough? Is the rear end going to be part of it? Who knows? But the tough part is that where we're running here doesn't apply to what we're running at King of the Mountain. Where we're running King of the Mountain doesn't really apply to what we're running locally at PBIR, so maybe I have to figure out a couple different setups. I'd like to think that shocks may be a big part of it, some geometry, but I'm not a C4 Corvette. I'm not a C3 Corvette. I don't have JRI shocks. I don't have a pit crew or an engineer helping me with that stuff, so it's hard to really invest in that, not knowing if it's really going to be an improvement or not, because it takes a lot of work to get it, to figure it out. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to get back to finishing this nightcap, and then I got to talk to my wife. Obviously, she's on Bumble, notifying you guys that I'm not answering the text, so I need to get that figured out, like, really quick. And because she may have to move her appliances out of my house. I don't know. That's happening. It's no good. All right, guys, have a great night. Just wanted to pop on here real quick. Yeah, I agree, Wild Horse. I agree. Yeah, I need to hook up with somebody maybe that does this stuff that isn't an entire country away. That's on the deck, that really has knowledge of it. Because I feel like I'm a pretty consistent driver, and I could try to push the car harder. But there's got to be a way to figure out how much harder you can push, and what are the deficiencies are suspension related or driver related. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, hopefully we get some track time. If not, it's been great otherwise. It's been a lot of fun. Andrew Hanlon, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining in here. I'm just actually getting ready to sign off. A lot of TKXs here, a lot of Tremec transmission stuff here, so you'd be right at home at one of these events, brother. But I'm going to sign off before it gets too late and before I get a little too inebriated. Get some rest tonight, because tomorrow, right after the event, we're probably going to shower up and hit the road, start heading back, so we can make some good time. We're going to sleep at a Flying J, hopefully in Brunswick, Georgia again, and then we'll be home by like noontime Sunday. If I don't have to, I think I may have to make a stop in Port St. Lucie to help a customer with a Coyote swap car. Just needs a day to log it and see what's going on with it, and then we'll head home. So should be a fun little trip back. It's always great doing these events with my dad, and he has a good time doing them too. He enjoys watching me, do my thing, and there's obviously going to be some pride involved in that stuff. So I really love having him here. But we'll see how we end up tomorrow. I knew I wasn't going to come here and like blow everybody's doors off. These guys are really, really well vetted, but they are. I have to say the coupe got some looks today because it did perform well. People appreciated seeing it. It was something different because there just aren't any Fords here in general, and that's like I'm just under the year marker to get into this event, so it's something new for these people to see. So it's pretty cool. All right, guys, have a great night. Just wanted to hop on and give you a little live update, even though it's low quality. And I'm tired and my voice is going because I've been talking all day, and it's been cold, it's been hot, I'm sunburned, it's crazy. So I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna drink one more Bailey's, and then I'm gonna go take a shower and go to bed and wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do it all over again. So thank you again for the support. Thanks for hopping on. Thank you for the support as far as the good luck messages and keeping up with us on Instagram and on Facebook. I really appreciate the stuff. And to the guys that came by today, thank you for coming by. It was really cool meeting a few of you and just chatting, one-on-one. So, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend, whatever's left of it. Actually, no, tomorrow's Saturday. You got a whole weekend ahead of you. Have a great weekend. Good job. All right, guys. Have a good night.